Hey everybody, welcome to All That in the Bar of Soap live edition. We're
We're
trying something
back.
new. We're back with
Yeah,
Nasty,
we're back.
Mr. Pluto, Rem the
Yep.
Reaper, and Los. Anyways, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this live thing. Matt will be watching for comments, and or if you guys want to tell us anything, let us know. If you have any questions, we're gonna stay on here and just have a good time and have a little fun. Remy's gonna be leading us through what we're gonna call bag talk, which we've done before, and we're gonna just go on some free conversation and talk about bags, cornhole. All right, and yeah, so if you guys have any questions or you guys want to talk, just say hi. We're here, man. We're here. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, this will be interesting. Everything will be off the top. No rehearsing, no cuts, no nothing.
Right.
No filter.
No filter.
No filter.
Yeah,
Straight
I
blooper
gotta-
reels. Straight blooper reels.
yeah. It probably live blooper reels.
Live
See it right there.
bloopers.
Live blooper reels. Try to say that 3 times fast.
Chat. Somebody liked it. Jason Luna liked it.
Cool.
Hey Matt, let's give a little bit of love to Matt. Matt, aren't you doing some reffing or judging somewhere?
Yeah, ref. I think it's the 22nd in Milwaukee. The Milwaukee deal.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be up there. That'll be a good time. That'll be interesting to see.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm kind of excited for that. They're even letting us play. So you tell them what events you're playing in, and then training and all that other jazz will come in between. So it'll be kind of interesting to actually do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, real quick,
It'll
man.
be
As
live.
far as that ref goes, I mean, what goes on? I mean, are you only calling upon needed, or what are you doing? What are you just watching for, like, just some, like, you're watching for foot fouls, or you're watching for, or you don't interact with the players unless it's called upon?
well, yeah. If a ref gets called to the court, I'd ref the court, and obviously if there's a foul or something that happens, or a scoring discrepancy, etc., that would be my job to pay attention to the game to make sure that I got the score, that I'm, on point, along with making sure there was no fouls, no inappropriate behavior, no foot fouls, no crossing the lines in the center, all that jazz. That all kind of goes on too.
Los would be in trouble there.
Did you get which one?
All of them.
All of them.
Fouls? Come on. But I was gonna say, did you get a whistle or anything? Is there hand signals like passing the line?
No, I like traveling or something like that. No,
He is crossing the line.
there's nothing like that.
Yeah, he's got all the hand signals.
Right. He is
Hey,
very aggressively.
Hold on. Jason's live in the chat with us.
Who is?
Jason's live in the chat with us.
Hey, what's up, Rooster?
Carlos, got a question for you
What's
from
up?
the chat. Luna wants. Hold on. Why are you doing that? iPod. Carlos, Luna wants to know why do you make him throw Viper R's on Mondays?
Yeah.
Weird.
Or anything.
I don't want to bust the secret, but I heard he has a secret room full of Viper R posters everywhere.
You put him on blast like that. Well,
Hey,
there's your
no,
answer.
he's a killer with them. He says he hates them, but I think he spelled love wrong.
Hey, when you get to that level, when you get to Luna's level, you can throw any bag.
True.
Any bag. And
Including
Miguel
trash
just
bags.
jumped in too, by the way.
Including trash bags, right, Rooster?
Including.
Bags.
True.
Yeah, it's a good time. I don't know.
Hey, by the way, yes, I'm very thankful that Rooster came out to go and play in our league game. So a lot of people took notice, and I love it because it's just going to make our league better, and I really believe that. And we don't want to just be like just everyday players. We're really trying hard to be better. I'm trying hard to be better, and the only way you're going to get there is if your competition increases and you get to see how a good bagger throws. I'm all up for it. I would love if some other people would come and join and show us, because there's nothing cooler than watching something that you're really trying to play really well and someone rolls a bag, airmails on on the spot, drags them bags in, and including the bar of soap. I think it's cool. So
Yeah, he said you're a liar and also straight trash.
probably.
He said. Then he says it's all good. I like to throw all kinds. So
Yeah,
definitely covered it up there.
yeah, I know. But I like how he hates my bags.
Hey, but he shoots pretty good with them. I seen it. I seen it. Yeah, Rem, what do you got? I think we got a little bag talk action going on. What do we got? What do we got scheduled?
Yeah, I mean, the way I was thinking of running this was kind of like hit all ends of it. You know, we can run some questions through like the recreational side of cornhole, and then hit some cool competitive questions. You know, with all our experience, I mean, it's so random at what we all do. You know, and how much we all play. You know, multiple times a week to once a week or whatever it is. But I figured let's start from the basics, like where do you start playing? Like if you're a backyard player and you've conquered the backyard plane, which everyone seems to come out and go, hey, I want to start to get serious. What do they normally have to do? It's like, where do you start with that? And my whole thing was like, especially probably from you, Matt, since you like run the show there. What do you recommend as far as, do you think they should have Scoreholio downloaded or the ACL app downloaded already before they go? Or would that be like the first place to start and then start showing up to these random blind draws? Or what would you recommend?
Well, I guess from an organizer standpoint, it's always good to have everybody organized. So if you're running it through Scoreholio, yes, have it downloaded. If you have ACL, have that ready to go and registered. But outside of that, if I'm not mistaken, either of those things will be able to track how you're shooting if you put the effort and the information into it. So in order to get better, you have to have something to track. You have to be able to follow yourself, from one to until you cap out at, we'll call it 10 at your best. If you don't know where you're messing up or what you're missing or where you can improve, you'll never really know. And then you'll go play these people and then you'll lose. You'll be mad, but you won't know why you lost unless it's really glaringly obvious, like I missed the board. But other than that, you won't really know. And all of them have, if I'm not mistaken, I think the ACL does too. I know Scoreholio for sure. You could track it by bag. You could track it by which side of the board if you want to. You could track it by sessions or whatever, however you want to do it. And then that way you can see, am I improving month over month? What should I change? Was this throw better? Was that throw better? Was I better with these bags or those bags? And continuously grow from there, especially at the beginning. It's easy to change. It's easy to change small things at the beginning than to change them, once you've already developed potentially bad habits.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you can see how, like, for a new person, I mean, even us, like, going to, like, ACL regionals and stuff and starting to keep score on that, it's completely different than Scoreholio scorekeeping, and nasty, we've been hitting those regionals lately and trying to get used to that scoring. I mean, it is completely different than Scoreholio scoring. What do you recommend as far as like someone trying to not be intimidated and just start getting at it? What should they do?
I mean, you're asking me, right? First thing is,
yeah,
do it. I mean, as intimidated as that was, like I said, it's simple on both sides of it, the Scoreholio app and the ACL app, but you don't know until you do it. And you think it's simple, and sometimes you press the wrong button, you don't know how to go back and do stuff. Just don't get intimidated by it. I mean, you could always fix the mistakes of putting the wrong score and what have you. You just got to do it. I mean, like I said, I was up there. I've done a couple of regionals, and I usually don't do the scoreboard. And this time I was paired up with a player that doesn't, just like I was not familiar with the scoreboard, and we made it through. I mean, it took us a while between innings to do the score, but we made it through. Like I said, you just got to practice. The more you do, it's going to be the quicker and the better you get at it. That's all you can do.
And what do you think? I guess open question to anyone. What do you think as far as like equipment to bring? What they would need to bring as far as like first few times, or is it something that they need to bring a set of bags, or do they trust in their blind draw partner going to have everything they're going to need, or what do you guys think?
Well, I'll jump into this one. I believe that you don't have to have a set of bags the first couple of the few times you go, but once you start playing with the set of bags, I think you'll start to like them. I think the reason why, and I'll be honest, I had Vipers and Ultra Vipers, and is because that was the first ones that they were the first nice ones that someone goes, here, let's play with these. And I jumped on it and I liked them. And I continued, and then I started to like patterns of bags. Uh, but I mean, in reality, you don't have to have that. And then plus, I just saw a little meme that said, a few of us are, three bags or one set away from being a hoarder of bags, right? So you go there, everyone has, Zuka bags, everyone has, a bunch of stuff or a bunch of different bags. So don't be intimidated. Everyone's friendly at most of these places. I mean, I've never ran into anybody that's mean or said no, you can't use these. And then you'll run into Matt, and he'll have like 7 different versions of it. So
Yeah.
You have to, and that goes back just to piggyback off that. If you show up to an event, just you don't. I mean, if you bring bags, great. If you don't, just bring an open mind. Try everybody else's. Throw theirs. Ask them questions. Which ones you like? Which ones you don't like? Eventually, you'll end up gravitating toward something, and then you can branch off of that and see what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a big deal as far as like hitting those blind draws to find out what you like. I mean, if you find a bag that you're throwing great with, there you just learn something to where, hey, now I can buy my own set of that type, and if I find out I throw hard on fast boards and I got to slow down, everyone's more than willing to help as far as types of bags out there and materials. Anyone, we got any comments or anything on there, Matt?
Just started getting a couple through. Darren made it in. Paul Luna made it in. Hey, Jason says, "Nasty, you the goat."
I thought it was a donkey picture, bro. Yeah,
I'm 99% sure that's a goat right there.
I'm agree with you. I am a damn donkey.
We got a bounty on that goat coming up next Wednesday, though.
Oh yeah, Rooster. We got to put one on this guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, on the bags thing, everybody knows I typically throw Viper R's. Yesterday, I was throwing the Ultra Freaks, which are a slower bag, and there was a noticeable difference in speed playing on the same boxes on the same night, and obviously on the same thrower. So it's crazy how drastic some of the differences can be in speed and materials. It's just got to find what works for you. Once you get to a certain point, yes, you'll be able to throw whatever, but you'll enjoy one more because you'll be more successful with it. You know what I mean? Once you find out what works for you.
Hey, man, did you throw that in the rounders, or did you throw that in the brackets too?
Rounders. I threw it in 2 of the rounders games.
Okay.
The first, I think it was the first 2 rounders games. Not the one that you and I played. It was had to have been the first and the third, because I think I played with you the second one. Other than that, it was interesting because you watch the bag hit, and the more that anyone plays, you'll see it. The bag will die. Like it'll stop, like or noticeably slow down, and I was like, I kind of enjoyed maybe playing a dirtier game, which kind of sucks in rounders, but not the appropriate game for rounders. So if you had a bad PPR yesterday, it wasn't my fault. I promise, it was you.
So what do you think? What would you recommend as like someone buying like their first set of bags? What would you recommend for them to buy?
Personally, something right in the middle. So, like if you could find like Viper R, because it's naturally what I throw, but something along the lines of a Surefire or something like that. Yeah, probably something like that would probably be my recommendation, because you can always slow down. It's hard to speed up.
Yeah, especially if they're cutting on you big time and you think it's your throw, and you need a bag to help you out a little. Something more forgiving as well, Viper R style.
Oh, Richie from Indiana made it in the chat.
Richie.
Hey, yo, Richie.
Hey, Miguel, I'm right with you. Faster bags to start, because you can always slow down. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, you know what though, fast bags can be disheartening too though. So like if you're like trying and you have kind of a naturally strong throw, it could be one of those ones where you're like skipping rocks, and if you're not straight on, it could be a very tough game. But if you're straight on in the middle, fast bag is a great bag.
Yeah, fast bags on fast boards is hard to control. I throw hard, and having to throw higher makes me less accurate, and whatever. I got an excuse for everything, I guess. But yeah, some people are better at doing that. As far as like Matt said earlier, some people can throw anything. But some people throw better with certain types of bags, and that's probably what you're shooting for.
Yeah, Miguel made a good point. He said absolutely, but like Matt said, right down the middle, and to practice the accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. Make sure you stay accurate, and a slow bag will do the same thing if you throw it accurately. You know what I mean?
That's what I was gonna ask next. As far as like, what do you think is the first thing, like technical wise, someone should work on as far as like throwing a flat bag? Would that be number one? Getting that slide down right down the middle, or what do you guys think? What do you suggest that their number one priority should start with?
Honestly, it could be to me is a stance, because it all starts on it could be too much movement, not a lot of movement. I've seen it both. I have my partner Rooster doesn't move at all. It's just the arm swing. And I've seen there's other people that I've seen have taken 2 steps and throw. I've seen the 1 step and throw. Matt does like a rocking arm throw. So there's like different types, whatever you feel comfortable with. But the biggest thing is the original. Like when you first start as your leg, you might think it's in your way, so you like kind of might adjust different ways. But it's just me is like try to grab your stance first, and then it's like step 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna see how you throw and stuff. But me would be, try to find a stance to start.
Yeah, I think like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nasty.
I think for me, I think the flat bag. Try to learn to throw that flat bag first. And no matter how accurate you are, and the bag's not landing flat and it's landing end over end, it's going to flop one way or the other. If you're able to throw a flat bag in the beginning, you're going to be able to get more accurate down the middle because you know where it's going because it's landing flat and it's going where it should be. Versus landing, like I said, end over end, and you can't throw a flat bag. You could hit the middle of the damn lane. It's going to bounce left or right, or it does some crazy stuff because it's not landing flat. You know what I mean? So that for me, I think sure is trying to get a flat bag throw first.
So that brings up another question. And actually, I see Rooster just posted something: putting bags consistently on the board, then work on the slide, then go from there. Yeah. Which makes sense.
Sure.
You see, like a lot of new people, trying where they kind of don't have their straight up slide up the middle, basic open board, open hole shot down yet, and you see them trying all these, crazy, air mails. And, at what point do you think they should start working on other shots than just their regular slide?
Like other shots, as in like cuts and rolls?
Yeah, everything, air mails, everything, like obviously roll bags really hard to me to start practicing and to where it's game ready for me, I guess. I still just recently started throwing them, but because I don't trust myself. And if I have a partner, I don't want to like be throwing some off the board as I'm learning as well. I don't want to do that to him, but, when do you think they should start that? Like, is there something they should do in order or anything? What do you guys think?
I think that's a pretty tough question to ask. If you can hit it consistently, that would be it. But you can practice all the time. You can set up routines to, hey, let me throw 100 slide bags. Hey, let me throw 100 air mails. Hey, let me set up a couple bags in the way and make some, right to lefts, cut shots, or, things like that. You could practice those all the time. I think the only thing that I would probably suggest holding off on would be like rolls, because it's a very challenging shot for somebody who for somebody like me. It's not my thing. It's definitely a tough shot for us to learn. That would probably be last if you ask me. That's not. And Jason just said it. If you can't consistently put 3 in the hole, don't start rolling bags.
That's true.
I don't disagree. I think rolls last. At least airmail and things like that have a purpose. I think rolls are like to rub it in. I mean, I guess they have a purpose too, but like not to take the opponent's bags with them. But it's more flashy than useful to players like us.
On a roll bag, you think?
To us, we are obviously not on the pro level and things like that. That's what I mean by that.
I'm at the point where I 100% admit, and anyone that plays with me, it's like my airbag to me is risky, to where I'm almost just as comfortable rolling now because I think it's safer, and I think if I miss, it's at least in the way on the board, it's safer type.
Well,
shot.
no, that's true.
So
I agree there.
at some point, you weigh out the differences. I mean, we had one with Nasty. What was it? Tuesday night.
Yeah.
It was the game one. And it was like that's one right there that I probably would have rolled because it would have been safer type thing. But it was a tough shot, and it's kind of like to have that option is a good thing. But I know for beginners at that point, you don't really have that in your arsenal yet, so it's a lot harder. I get it. Yeah.
I think to answer that question, as far as when you want to start trying other shots, I agree with Jason. You got to be consistent in what just the basic of getting in the hole. Be consistent that first before you try new shots. Because I think trying the new shot, like you say, I don't have a roll shot. I don't try it just because if I practice it, I keep practicing. It's gonna take away from my other stuff because I'm not even where I want to be with the basic stuff yet. So now I'm gonna try practicing roll shots. It's gonna take away from what I'm trying to get to first before I can get to that, to the roll shot. So that's why I don't try it. But I think you gotta get more consistent with just the basic as far as like Jason said, consistent getting put it in the hole first before you start something else. I think
I've seen it.
It's gonna take away from.
I've seen it a lot where when people start trying to learn a roll shot, it kind of affects their regular straight slide shot because of your grip and your throw and your release and everything. You start working on that roll shot and now your slide straight basic shot takes a hit. And you're like, man, what happened? Where's my accuracy again? So it kind of messes with things and it's hard to work on both and not hurt something else.
Jake Fisher just made a point. I don't know if you saw it. Develop your game first. Roll bags are great, but if you can't get a flat bag, it's like running before you can crawl. I think that's an excellent point. Become a master at something before you start.
For sure, flat
adding to the arsenal. That good point, Jake.
Yep.
Let me. One thing that I learned though from the fast bag minutes, how long people play, right? And it was incredible that I remember doing a couple. One sticks now. I think it's Jeremy Snellgrove. I think he's only played for a few years, and you guys keep talking about roll bag. He has a pretty damn good roll bag, and it was impressive to hear that some of these guys in 3 years surpassed people like me who have played 5 or 6 years kind of competitively. And I'm like, damn, it's incredible how people can pick it up and run with it. And it takes a long time to learn a lot of those throws. But I mean, there's some people that make it look so dang easy, man. Especially the airmails and the rolls like you guys are talking about. But man, I don't understand how they come up with the roll bag so.
Well, a lot of it too, though, is a lot, especially beginner like recreational players don't understand what type of bags are better for what as well. If you're trying to roll a straight pro sniper, it's a lot harder than it is a Viking. It can be done, and pros do it all the time. I'm just saying that people, especially beginners, don't know the difference yet. What bags you're throwing and what you can get away with, and what to work with. So there's something to do.
Piggybacking off of what you just said, Jake made a good point. Again, with most people don't understand when to throw a block versus a roll. And that's another situational thing, which kind of goes with what Carlos said, is experience. Some people have been playing for a little bit or haven't been playing that level of competition where it's kind of interesting. And you never run into that situation where it really matters, where the more advanced players might know, or at this particular situation, a roll shot's appropriate and I can hit it. Or I should block this shot and make them shoot or do something along that line is probably a more, in my eyes, a block shot and make them shoot is more appropriate for people at our levels like that. But if you, again, don't get me wrong, it's great if you can hit it, but it's definitely a tough shot. And Jeff Jeff is in the chat. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff, happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Oh, Duran.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff. Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, and Los, your tocayo said, "What's happening, fellas? What's up, Los?" Carlos Inez, yeah,
Yeah, is that from?
21 baggers.
Yeah, gotcha. Hey
Yeah.
man, what's up, Tocayo?
Yeah.
That's one thing though. The great thing about this cornhole community is that like I think that more than not you learn so much from strangers on how to do stuff, which is awesome. You know, it's great. I really think that the friendliness. You know, going in all the way to Woodstock over there playing, and then they don't have to help you, but they do because I think that as long as you teach somebody, everyone's gonna get better, right? Better competition, and that's what everybody really wants. Yesterday I had in one of the rounders I had a girl as my teammate, and I forgot her name, and she had two bags that were hanging, and I go, "Here, airmail it." She goes, "I've never done that before," and I'm like, "Darn, I wish I wouldn't have said anything because your second bag was almost an airmail." And I thought she would have dragged it in, but I kind of ruined it by saying airmail, and then she just threw a normal shot, which is fine. But I think it's cool to coach people because that's another way people learn is how and when to do what. Like I can see Rooster right now going, yeah, throw that block bag, or and it's funny, but that's one thing. I believe that I need to be coached sometimes because I always try to go for the hard shot, and I know you have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. But that's my opinion on that.
Yeah.
You want to read that for Los, Matt?
Well, I think he might have read it, but from Jason it says on Mondays when I say block and make them shoot, we got it already. Don't help the other team with an easier shot. So at the end of the day, and that's either your airmail or block shot. And at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Using it appropriately, making sure you gain points, making sure you keep control of the board. Those are very, very, very important things, especially when you're playing the higher caliber players. You know what I mean? That's board control is huge. And then Jake jumped in. If you want to take a quick peek at rollback players, like people you should model yourselves after, Gavin Cano and Eric Davis are the ones to emulate. They use the shot selectively. Both of them will airmail first all day. Push shots are more often than not the shot that is creating the points. So it kind of goes back when it's appropriate and when it's not.
Yep.
For sure. And those, Eric Davis is probably one of my favorites. I brought that question up before to all of us to see if we had to do a Mount Rushmore of our favorite players or the greatest, the GOATs in cornhole. Maybe we could do this as a group, and figure out who we would have on there, or who probably should be on there, And for me,
if anybody want to comment, who do you think? Give
right.
us you would put on Mount Rushmore, man. Whoever's watching with us, throw some names.
I think there's a couple obvious ones, but Jake Fisher bringing up Eric Davis is probably one of my favorite players right there. I think he's innovative. He's brought up some crazy collect shots and rolls. Man, that guy is fun to watch. One of my favorites for sure. I think I would have him on my Mount Rushmore for sure.
I think that would be a good 15-minute, 20-minute bag talk. We can call it a bag talk episode at that point, right? It'd be we all show up with our four, and we could debate that our four and convince the others maybe why our list is the correct one, or why someone should or shouldn't be on there.
Right. I mean, they say like anything, just like we talking about cornhole in any sports, anything's up for debate. Who's the GOAT and whatever, but just your own personal and why you think that person is. I mean, people go agree with you, disagree with you. It is what it is. That's why it's a debate.
Yeah, Jeff jumped back in. He says at times block shots are sometimes as difficult as hole shots. You got that 100% correct.
So true.
But he also said, learn your shot, learn what you could do, throw a flat bag, and learn from there. And that's a pretty good point. Start with the basics and slowly advance your game.
Yeah, Jake, we are definitely planning to come down to Milwaukee on the 22nd.
I'll be there. I'm going to wear my Scottish uniform.
Yeah, me and Remy will be there for sure. Matt's going to be refereeing. I think unfortunately had something already prior to this coming out. But yeah, we're definitely going to make it out there for sure. Because I don't know if it's a surprise or whatever. I know you're teaming up with someone playing in the Open that's on here. So
whoa, no, hey, can't be snitching. Hey, nope. Not all that. The bar soap cannot have that on its name. Well, off cam. We can talk about off cam.
Yes, sir. There you go, Luna. There you go. You got Ruben.
There you go. Hey, Luna put one up. You got Jay Ruben, Nico, Mark Richards, and Steve Bernasette. He says those are his guys. That's 4. That's his mount.
Nice.
There we go. That'll be huge. And thanks, Jake. Yeah, we'll find you up there.
Hey, Rooster, all 4 of them gonna be there on Friday or what? You making that happen?
Or no?
Yeah, I mean, let's give a live shout out to what's going down Friday as well. You know.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Nasty.
Talk about.
So you already know. Friday at out in Woodstock, Lanes. Obviously, they do the big blind draw out there. It's a big one. The 808 crew out there, Ohana baggers are coming out. Nico for sure is coming out. I saw there. Got a couple players coming out. Baggers coming out. So we'll see. I think the registration we're up to like 40 something already. Last check maybe.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now.
Good one. It's gonna be a good one for sure.
44.
All that in the bar soap will be there.
Great weather.
Great atmosphere. Even if you just come watch or whatever, I mean, obviously we'd love for everyone to participate. They would love for everyone to participate. But, I mean, with the volleyball scene, the tiki bar, it's just a great atmosphere, great fun. I mean, it's gonna be a good one. And what don't they're doing now what's that game called? The Pile Up?
Yep.
Pile Up
tournament. Yep.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. I haven't joined it yet, but when you see like the 50 bags that are on there, it's pretty cool.
Hey, talk about placement. You want to work on a block shot? That's it right there. Yeah. You're gonna have to place that bag perfectly so it doesn't bounce off or hit somebody else.
Nice. I see Jake's up Mount Rushmore. He's got Jamie Graham, Richards, Trey, Rooster, baby. Get on there.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Hey, you can see Rooster's face on that mountain, dude.
With his headphones on.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, sometimes you got to get in the zone. Hey, that's a good one. So for a new player, you think they should be wearing headphones or no? I don't know. I feel like no.
Oh, whatever keeps you in your zone, though. Remember, it's a head game too. It's whatever keeps you in your zone.
Oh man, headphones is tough.
Yeah, that's if I think you're more spent. Like if you're new to the game, I think you don't want to do the headphones so you can feel the surrounding and know what's going on, and you know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, been playing for a while, and that's great. I mean, that's your go-to place where you could block everything out and throw better. But I think when you as a new player going to a different place and you're starting, I would do without the headphones. I still do without the headphones.
I think if the music is that far off, I don't know, and it would just be a personal thing for everybody. But if the music is that far off, okay, maybe put on some headphones. But other than that, I don't know.
I've seen like a bunch of interviews a couple times now where a lot of the pros, you know, obviously they use it to avoid distractions. A lot of times they're not even playing music on it. They're just acting like they're listening to something so people don't talk to them type deal, you know. It's to avoid distractions, you know, and to focus on just the game, man. And I get it. I get why people do it. I don't think I would need to do it, but sometimes I probably should, you know.
Hey, it's like holding a cup. It's like holding a cup while you throw, right?
Yeah. Hey, like I guess
you're used to it. You know what I'm saying? If you're used to it and that's your thing, who's going to stop you? And one of the best guys out there, you know who he is, holds the cups and throws it, you know, and is really, really good at it. But then again, most of us played in those backyards. We're holding a beer in there, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Real quick, I see in a comment. I said, Rooster, Jason, put down. I locked in with my headphones trying to work. Was it always that way? In the beginning, was it that way, or did you, when you got better, you're like, okay, I'm good at this point now. I just need to block out the distractions. Did you come in wearing the headphones right away as a beginner, playing at these different places, what have you?
That's a good question.
You know,
Good question.
Different levels for different folks. Like I said, some people start playing bags.
Hey, Art checked in.
Art jumped in. He had a good point. Playing singles, it makes sense. But with doubles, you lose that connection with your partner.
Yeah,
that's true.
That could be a little bit. I mean, I guess I don't know. Me and my typical partner, we don't wear headphones, and we have that. We have that. I don't know what you call it, but that is what it is. And I guess that makes sense too. I never really thought of it that way. I know it takes you out of your surroundings, but I don't know. It'd be good to eliminate the trash talk because nobody's going to talk through your headphones.
Well, like Jake Fisher said, he likes to hear the pop of the board, and to know if he's releasing it right. It's weird. It's true. I mean, how flat you're landing. I mean, it's loud. But
you almost said that was weird. That was good.
Some people aren't. It all depends on how some people play. Like I said, I can totally see if some people want to hone in and not hear anything but music, or maybe noise deprivation, because some people are very sensitive to noise. I don't know. Yeah, but so they want to keep.
Hey, you never know. People could do it. Like you ever like do something and you can't figure it out, and then you go do something else, and then you come back to it, and all of a sudden you're like the bomb. Maybe just a change of something would be good. So if you didn't play with headphones and you're not shooting great, maybe you throw headphones on, or vice versa. You're doing trash with headphones on, you take your headphones off. You know what I mean? Just change something.
Right?
Well, that first thing sounded like ADD, bro. I'm just kidding.
I mean, that could be true too. But
because I think I have a little bit of that,
obviously.
Right.
This all brings up another question that I'm thinking about here. So you got these distractions happening all the time. Are there unwritten rules as far as like the etiquette of when you're playing, especially like, when there's two sets of boards super close to each other and you're bumping elbows and stuff, are there unwritten rules as far as, like in bowling, the other guy in the lane goes first and then, you go and trade off type thing, or should there be, I guess is the question. And there obviously should be an amount of respect if someone is having their bags on the board and grabbing them while the other guy's throwing. That's a big debate too, So it's like, do you guys think there's a bunch of unspoken rules that probably should be said?
No. Not really.
You said no?
Like the people next to you in the board not playing on your set of boards, what I usually do is I'll just wait. So then we offset throws. And unless they're throwing really slow or we're throwing really fast, it usually stays okay.
That's the goal. Yeah.
But if it's like, if somebody's grabbing their bags and like, if I've like most of the people like we play, at least between us four, like we know who we're playing against. Like we see the name and we're like, okay, we know their habits. As soon as I see you start changing it, then I know it's a mind game. Then I know it's not part of your natural routine. And then it becomes a mind game. So I don't think it's necessarily etiquette rules, but maybe that's how
it's more steered towards rookies to me because the rec players aren't used to going worrying about someone else next to them. So they have this wild throw and after swing, that they don't realize is affecting someone who's about to throw it. Like, whoa, I've seen people bump into people, as they were throwing. And it's like, they just don't think of that, and maybe that's something for new people. You should probably recommend to have some respect for the people next to you type thing.
I mean, if they're touching you, like if it's the other set of boards, God, that's why I said I like offset it. If it's the people next to you on the other side of the board, like on the same set, yeah, that's illegal. We'll call it. That's not allowed to be had. You know what I mean? That's like a written rule. Like you can't touch the person on the other side.
Right.
We had a whole episode of funny
right
things that other people do.
Stereotypes.
Yeah, stereotypes.
And some of those are exaggerated, but some of those are they really happen.
Yeah, some of them are.
The picking up the bags while someone else is throwing, or like moving while the person's in their wind up and throwing, or
Definitely seen those, but I don't know. Those don't. There's very few things that get into my head, and I'm not about to put it on camera. But
yeah, it's not about as much as getting in your head. It's just like kind of recommending to people that are new to kind of watch out for.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Do you want to read some of the comments, man?
Yeah, there was a couple that came through while we were chit-chatting there. Jake, he has a great idea. Just get Miguel on the phone. That way he can talk to him while he's throwing. That's
Does Hey, Miguel.
And Jason replied to Nasty's question about the headphones thing. He said he didn't do it necessarily at the beginning. He said he'd take them off if need be. Then we got back on that tangent. And then he says when he does listen to his headphones, he listens to all that in a bar of soap. We appreciate the shout out there. We appreciate you getting a view or two.
Somebody has to.
And Miguel wanted to take a moment to confirm what Jake said.
Oh.
He's on the other line. Yeah.
That he is on the other line listening to Jake giving him a little couple pointers. Hey, if it works, it works. If it works, it works.
Trying to buy some lucky bags, right?
Yeah.
Hey Rooster, I had a few smacks yesterday, bro. I just thought I'd let you know I had a few smacks yesterday.
Did you post them like I told you and tag Jason?
No, because I go directly into the machine to get my money.
Oh, come on.
I messed up. I forgot. I'm like, after the second one, when you said that, I'm like, oh man, damn, I should have done it. Yeah.
Hey, that's what happens if you're out of the tournament, man. That's where you go. That's where you
I wasn't out. I was in the middle of it, though. I was going in between.
Either that, you're a degenerate and try to play cash games, right? Is that video?
I ain't leaving without the cash game. I ain't living here empty-handed.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I feel like cash games are sometimes just as much of a draw as the whatever the event is. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You get some people out there that play. People love that stuff.
Yeah, for real. League night, I mean, you don't win anything to the end of the season. So, like, when you do that there, that's so much fun. Or even, like we said, if you end up getting a ham sandwich, your night might be over early and you want to pick up some some games.
Yeah.
Nasty. The ham sandwich is hilarious.
Question, do you guys play different when you play cash games?
Yeah, much more aggressive.
Like more riskier?
Yes.
I was thinking that same thing. It was like I do the same thing. I play a little different, and I don't know what it is. Is it like because the actual game is? I don't know. What's the difference? Can someone explain that?
For me, I don't have a partner that I chose. Like when I in a blind draw or a rounders or whatever, I have a partner I didn't choose, so I don't want to let that person down.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if I'm shooting for myself, I'm either gonna win or I'm gonna lose. You know what I mean? Like that's it. It doesn't matter to me. I go into the game knowing whatever I have, I could possibly lose. That other person didn't choose me to be their partner, so I don't want to let them down on whatever they put in to get into the game. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I still have to make sure, that person's okay. Like I don't want them to think that I threw the game because the optics to them could look that way. If I'm playing risky things, if I'm playing more conservative or going for it when I should or whatever, then it looks like I'm trying to win the game, which don't get me wrong, I want to win the game. But yeah, that's the difference for me. When it's just me, I take all the risk and I reap all the rewards if I do it.
Yeah, same here. Go ahead, Los.
Well, no, it's funny because Nasty has invited me to a couple gatherings with some of his friends, and when Bags was just starting to pop off, Nasty and I would have been playing in the back and with Remy and all that's in the driveways. And Nasty's like, "Hey man, let's come play some cash games. My friends will want to play us because they know we're in a league." And the funniest thing that these guys tried their ass off to beat us, but the great thing is that they're always willing to try to beat the guys who play in the league. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "No, we're." And his friends were so gung ho, they kept coming back and playing and playing and playing and playing. And thanks to Nasty, there were some pretty good cash nights at those gatherings.
Hey, think about this. You'll start to get better as soon as it touches your pockets more.
Oh, yeah. No, every time Nasty had a party, hey, you have another one, Nasty? Yeah, man. All right, cool. There were good nights, man. It was some good cash games, and those guys, like I said, man, they definitely were. Like, no, man, we're gonna beat you this time. And I think we eventually started playing well.
I don't know if it says more about them being they don't have any fear, or they're just fucking some degenerates. But I think a bit of both. I think a bit of both. A little bit of both. Some guys like to gamble. Don't care what it is. Don't care how good they are at it, who they're playing. They just want to gamble.
That's true. There's definitely people like that.
It's funny.
What's going on, fellas? You just checked in here. Easy money, Jay. Yeah, depends how many drinks I've had on my belt. It's never easy money. It's always earned money.
That's true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, we think we got another one. Nope. I didn't select that.
Keep the questions coming, guys, or statements, or whatever you want to, know about or tell us about. Anything coming up that you guys are having that you guys want us to know that we want, or we want to shout out for you. I mean,
oh, here I got one for you guys, especially for newer players. This will affect newer players just as much as the advanced. What's something that gets into your head that shouldn't?
Weakness. And for me, it's like, oh man, I don't think I can make the shot. You do that, and you're gonna start playing like the bag is heavy, the board's thinner. Like if you let unassurance, like you're not sure, that unassurance, I don't think that's a word. If you're not sure of your shot and you keep thinking that in your head, you're gonna play worse and worse. You gotta be like a goldfish, and you gotta forget the last bag. Because trust me, it's like the being able to throw to first from second base. It's like all of a sudden, how do you forget that? What's going on, and then you start getting in your head, and then you can't hit shots, and that's happened to me. So I mean, I know that from experience. So you're like, what the heck is going on? And then all of a sudden, it's downhill from there. So try to not be negative in your head.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, your mentality going into the game definitely could play a role. I was thinking along the lines of something that shouldn't get in your head is like the ceilings. Sometimes the ceilings can be deceptively low or really high, but your throw should be pretty consistent. You know what I mean? And you should be fine wherever the ceiling's at. I mean, unless you're playing on like a 7-foot ceiling, which we're not. Most of the places we play are 11, 12 feet or higher, and you should be fine. But if they look lower versus actually be lower, you know what I mean? That sometimes that'll get into my head. Like I don't think I can do an airmail here. I might not be able to do that, and I'll reserve myself from doing it until the moment finally shows up. And Jeff had a pretty good one. He just posted playing a lesser team versus playing a better team, like either playing up or playing down. Shouldn't do that to you. And that I agree. I've definitely been victim to that once or twice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
How about you, Rem? I know you got like 6.
What question?
No, answer to the question that I just asked. What's something that bothers you that shouldn't?
Or gets in your head.
There's a lot of distractions, and that goes back to why I kind of like drown things out as far as like look down and look away and refocus. Monday night, for example, me and Miguel had like 4 matches, and in like the third match, the second game, I couldn't even hit the board, dude, and it came out of nowhere, and I'm over here just looking where's my kid at, and just everything distracted me, instead of just staying focused on what I was doing, and luckily Miguel, as good as he is, kept us in the game, and I actually didn't get back on track till the third game, which it's hard to overcome. Those things. The only thing you can do is through experience. It's like you find yourself, go back to basics, and then go from there. Get it out of your head, get the distractions out of your head, and focus. Just focus more. And that brings up one other thing as far as like experience. I mean, when people, whether it's going to their first blind draw, going to their first regional, going to their first ACL event, you start seeing all these people you see on TV or on, online, and you start playing with them, and it starts getting more comfortable. That experience relaxes you, and like with me and Nasty going to the regionals, you can tell, our scoring is improving as we go, because we're getting more comfortable, and that experience is helping us relax and overcome things, So a lot of it is just go jump in, go do it, experience it. You're working on a shot. You have to start throwing them, like Rooster always says is shoot or shoot, man. You got to try it. You got to keep going, and that's the only way you're going to get better. Is keep doing it.
Yeah, and Rooster actually jumped in with you on that one. Guys, you were going. He said, "What bothers me is when I see my partner struggling, and I'm like, you still got 2 bags left. You still have 2 bags left. Check back in and let's get this win. Be confident. Like, still, it's not over. Basically, you know what I mean. Just because you had 1 bad bag doesn't mean the round's over.
Yeah,
that's a excellent point.
That's huge. Confidence is huge because I can tell I lose some confidence when I'm not throwing my favorite bag, especially like when you partner up with somebody that doesn't throw like you, and you end up having to throw a bag that you're not 100% comfortable with, so you're not at your best game. But you start losing that confidence, and then it even gets worse because that bag is too floppy or whatever it is you're not used to, and you have to like try to overwork to come back and try to make up for stuff. But that's all part of the game. You experience it, you learn, you go, you move forward, you learn to deal with, to get better at blocking those bad games out and those bad rounds. Giving up 5 or 7 points in one round, that kills me. Boom, I start off a game, I'm like, really? I just gave up 5, or I just give up 7. When you start knocking those out of your game, that's huge. Whether you're worried about your PPR or winning the game, whatever it is, that's where you learn a lot. The experience helps a lot. And then playing with experienced players. We all got great partners. Miguel's awesome at that. Rooster's awesome with Lowe's and the Hammer with Nasty. And Matt, you've had a ton of great partners too, man. You're always at the top too. So that helps a lot. You learn a lot from them, and you just experience, man. You go with it and learn,
Yeah, for sure.
Good stuff.
He said, Jason says, Los, I know it seems like I'm yelling at you, but I'm trying to get that dog out of you. And it all means well. Everybody wants to win. If he can help you get there, that's his way of doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like I said, I think I do better when someone steers me back, because there's, like I said, there's shots that I think I can make, but that's the key word is think. But I gotta say that I have been playing a little bit more aggressively in certain things, like in airmails with him, because he gives you the confidence, shoot it, like dude, you got this, and it's a big plus when your teammate is going, we got this, dude, shoot it, come on, I trust in you, and they end up going in a little bit more lately than when you would try to do them sparingly, right? So it's one of those things that it's really cool to have a partner that's like you're saying, that you guys are in tune with, or they would just coach you. Hey, man, you got this, or step out, do this, And even though there's times you're like, man, and I've said this to Rooster, I've thought like, I think I can make this, but you know what? I'm at where I'm at because I've been doing a lot of the dumb stuff that I've been doing instead of trying to just, squash or like get a point or lose a point or two. I'm just one of those people that hates losing, period. But at the same time, I've been that guy where Remy said, where you give up 5 points a round or 7 points a round, and now you're digging yourself a huge hole to start off in round 2, or whatever, and that's, or ending 2 or whatever. But yeah, I really believe that coaching really, really helps a player like me. So thanks, guys.
No, I think you hit it right on the head, though. Having a teammate that reassures your shot, it's definitely makes you feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And going back to Miguel's question, he's asking if we're going to be going live on it, if we're going to make it a weekly thing,
Yeah.
And I mean, it sounds like something we could do, man. That'd be fun to do. And if you guys want to call in, and we'll send you a link and jump in here with us as well, man. We definitely want to do that live. You know,
Yeah, that's a
do a
good
little
idea.
round table thing.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be huge. Yeah, you never know. I mean, this is the first time we've done it, and we had at our peak 11 people in here, from what I can see, and the chat's been, we're at 50 comments almost, 47, something like that. Buzzing along, and it keeps the conversation going and adds on to what we're talking about. So I thought that was a really, we knew it could happen, but I didn't think it would happen like that. At least not on the first one.
Right.
That's
Well,
so cool.
and the fact they were like, it was like that old Facebook commercial. Hey, you guys know how to load videos on Facebook? we were literally going, hey, don't wait. Do we go live? No, we need more people. How do we do that? Well, go back on Facebook. And they were like, are we live? No, don't push live. We're not ready yet. It was just funny because it was a cool feeling to know that we are going to do something different and start something that would be cool if we would do it on a little bit more regular basis. I think it's more entertaining than sometimes having a longer episode, but at the same time, we just like to highlight everything, and you can highlight cool things like the podium, stuff, and have personal stories about people on the episodes versus this. But hey, man, whatever people are attracted to and want to have, we're cool with either way. We'll do it all. It's just we just want to bring light to everybody. We want to go from showcase everybody, because I think the more we grow it, the more people go. You're not as walking into somewhere and not being, oh man, I saw that guy on the podcast, or I saw that guy, or they talked about him. Oh, there he is. And it's much cooler. Like for instance, when Upstate 8 had the thing, and Nico was there, and it was like, hey, that guy's Nico, he's really good. I was like, cool. I seen this guy on TV. It's really cool to be able to see these people live, and going to these places, and to see that they're actually really nice people too. A lot of these guys are really cool, and aren't big headed or anything.
We got a question from the chat for me. Jason wants to know, Matt, what is your second go-to bag besides ultras? I like a Surefire or a Lucky Bag type bag. Like if you're looking for a second brand, it would be Lucky, but if you're looking for a bag specifically, I like Surefires. I've always liked those for a long time. I just picked up a brand new 2021-22 set of white Supremes, and they are very good looking. Because that's more
and illegal.
I don't care if they're illegal. I can play with them. We go to places that score Julio.
White Supremes?
Yeah, they're good looking bag. Probably one of my favorite designs that Lucky Bags ever did, and it's funny because it kind of probably tells you why I gravitate toward Ultra, because they're super simple designs for the longest time. And this design on the Supremes it's just so simple. It's so simple, but it's so classy. If any, I'll have Remy put a picture of it up on when this goes up on YouTube or whatever. But it'll make so much more sense once you see it. It's so iconic. It's so recognizable. There was I forgot what company it was. There was another one that tried to emulate it. Jake with the official rule, I can still use those.
The 21-22.
Yep, to the end of 2024, baby. I was gonna reread that rule before reference. So I just want to make sure, but I appreciate the clarification, Jake. So yeah, I don't know. If I had it, it would be Surefires. If I'm looking for another brand, it would be Lucky Bags.
How great was that, though? How great was that? Jake just cleared it up. That's cool.
Mid convo.
Right. Live.
So talk to Remy like that. Just talk to Remy, okay?
Trash, like Rooster said. They trash.
Hey, and then I got to interview Jake in that Fastback Minute, man. He was a really nice guy, man. It was cool to meet him, and their whole crew over there. And I love the promos that he does for everybody, man. I mean, he's always spotlighting his group, and I think it's really cool. Gives a lot of light to his group.
There we go.
Jake says he's becoming the new Gorski, huh?
Oh,
I gotta see it to believe it. I don't know, bro.
We're gonna have to call it the Fisher.
the Fisher. Depends where you're at. If Gorski's there, you call it the Fisher. If Fisher's there, you call it the Gorski.
I don't know, man. I've done a couple when trying to lay blocks lately. I don't know what it is, man. So that's one of the reasons why I switched to those slower bags, because they were moving the boxes were moving pretty good the other day, even for the whiteboards. And usually the whiteboards are a little slower.
Yeah. I threw a handful of those yesterday. I think it's you guys.
Yeah, me and you were on it for 2 games.
Oh yeah, it was me and Nasty for one, and then you were with who were you with, Matt? I don't remember.
No, I was with Nasty the next game.
Oh right, that's right.
Yeah, I was with Nasty the next game. So we had to throw the OG the Viper R's. I mean, what else are you supposed to throw? I'm not sure why there's all these other bags, bro.
Right. We threw his Viper R's. That's right.
Yeah. All these other bags are just a talking point. I'm not. It's fine.
Yeah, it'd be cool to come by. I see Jake put down, say he thinks he's coming our way.
Yeah, we'll see you there. Rank higher than me, you should be good to go pro. Yeah, Jason says, Jake, you're so good. You should rank higher than me.
The banter on the comments, I like it.
Oh, Durant, Jeff made a pretty good point. He said he used to be a cornhole scenario guy, and now he likes the Lucianos from Lucky.
Yeah, I seen him sporting a shirt. He's got the scenario shirt. I've seen him wear it.
He said he's burning it tomorrow, according to the comment.
Is that a herringbone, Matt?
Oh yeah. There's some suckers in the bags community,
Tell him, Jake.
It's funny. I've thrown the Lucianos, and like the ones that the early ones are like super padded and soft, and they like when they hit the box. It's like the one you play with in an apartment. Like they don't make any noise. It's so weird.
Oh, the extra lining in it.
Yeah, and then I think the Clovers at one point they had the black ones where the fabric was one way, and then they reversed it on the next set that went out or something like that.
Tony Smith.
Yeah, they're going nuts, and it's crazy because those would be 2020. I mean, they don't say you can't flip the sides in the rules, as far as I know. They do say you got to keep the same materials and the same fill, but they don't say you can flip flop the sides. I don't even know, man.
That's true, man. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, someone had corn bags on Monday, didn't they?
Yes, and they were puffing on the things. They were poofing.
Someone had corn-filled bags, bro. That was hilarious. It's like, poof, and you saw smoke come up off the board.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Is this real life right now?" I was like, "I'll go let them borrow a set of like one of my 4 other sets of Viper R's if they want to."
Is this 2017? What's going on?
The comments coming through. We got some challenges going down here. So, Rooster, McHenry versus Barb City. We want all the smoke. Miguel said, "Let's do it." I'll see. Here we go.
Ooh.
We're going to record this too, man.
Yeah, live. We'll do it live, baby.
Yeah.
I think all 4 of us are hireable.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We'll announce like Jeff what's that? Jefferson County. We'll get on announcers table, announce some games for y'all.
Yeah.
I do enjoy their announcing.
I do.
I think some of it's hilarious. Their reels and things that they put together are super funny. I think they do it, and they came out of nowhere with like the meme type ones, and then man, they just took off like a rocket. Man, they did a great job.
Yeah. Jake Fisher says, "Open up broadcast equipment."
Like it.
Man, I missed a lot of comments on liking them. There we go.
Yeah, been liking.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but that'd be cool. Get some crew versus crew action.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
Hey, Jake, what's your favorite bag?
Man, if he says anything other than lucky, bro.
Right. Something.
Let me guess. Pro Sniper Elite.
Huh. I think those are familiar bags.
Don't be shy, Jake. Let's
Oh
hear it.
man, I feel like here comes a list in order.
Right from 1 to 75.
It's coming.
Here we go.
Yes.
Hey, Rem called it.
Pro Sniper Elites for those watching.
Miguel says
Wizards. I don't know, man. OG Wizards or like the original Wizards are a very niche bag for me. They're not my style of game. They're a hard bag to throw. Have you guys thrown them? I know, Remy, you probably have.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, the earlier ones were way too bouncy, man. That fill just seemed crazy bouncy. And then the newer ones are a lot better now. I don't know if they changed the template a little or something.
Maybe fill.
Something different about them.
I think
Something's different about them. They play better now.
it's probably the Phil. I feel like maybe some of the guys in the chat can confirm. I think Phil plays a big role in that type of in that kind of feel, especially bouncy.
Yeah.
Who's Phil? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's funny.
Ooh, Surefire Elites.
Wouldn't that be like a, not to be weird, but like a Widow R?
Jason says Sub-Zero Winter Tides for the win.
I mean, you guys are all speaking directly to me, so I feel appreciated right now. You don't have to say my name; it's fine.
Say my name. Say my
Nah,
name.
they're large template. Too large for me.
No, those are all my thing right there.
Yeah, I like Sub-Zero a lot, but
I like the branding that Sub-Zero's been doing.
oh yeah,
They've been killing it, man. I wrote on one of their things. I was like, "Winter is coming," because he posted a new player on his team for the rest of the season.
yeah, I saw that.
I posted "Winter is coming." I was like, I don't know, it's so fitting. I'm sure it's copyrighted, but I feel like it was appropriate.
Game of Thrones.
Hey, fellas, not to be a party pooper, what do we think? Another till 10:30, or you guys, just so we know when to cut out, because we know we can do this all night, and or do you guys want to keep going until the last one still awake?
Well, what do you guys think about it? Jake made a point. He says the Wizard Elves have the same feel as every lucky bag. And then as every lucky bag, and the Surefire Elites will be closer
To the
Costello X's. Hey, Cornhole Scenario Jags, I threw those not too long ago, Jason, with Remy here. It was a couple weekends ago, and we were having pretty good success with those, I think.
Yeah, we did.
We were positive money-wise in cash games, just for what it's worth.
Yeah, they're great. I feel like they're getting a little too loose now already for me, to where I don't know. I might need another set already.
I'll see if I have a set here. I'll probably just hand them to you.
Cool. Yeah, with the great bags.
Hey, we should set up a Sunday or something, and we could do we'll call it the Purge. This is where you can buy, sell, trade your bags, and then there'll be like a blind draw or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. All right, Jason. Have a good night. If you get some rest for that big blind draw tomorrow. Got a lot on you, man.
Good luck on those smacks.
Be a great night tomorrow night.
Yeah, is that code for I'm gonna go do a couple smacks right now?
Maybe.
I don't know about bedtime. I thought the rooster never sleeps.
Where do you think he gets his strength from, bro? He needs that strength. Trying to get them smacks, and then they get them 4-baggers.
Yeah, that'll do it. There we go. Still says we have 8 in here. I wish I could see who was the 8.
Click on the 8. No, you can't. Maybe the admin can. Whoever is the admin probably could.
We're all admins.
Oh, no, not drugs at all.
I was like, we're all admins in there.
Let's just say that certain places have slot machine.
Sirens on them.
And in between us, well, at least me, like in between games, it calls my name. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We have a guy that seems to be winning a lot, which is good.
Mhm.
And I send him all the good vibes because I love watching I love the posts because I like to see when people win. So.
Oh, and I want to take a second out to thank what is that, 18 or 17 followers we got today. We're at 113 at the moment. That was huge. Facebook was restricting us from doing anything until we got over the proper amount. So,
hey, talk about 4 guys that figure out how to do all this, and something that Remy's son probably knows how to do already.
they all do.
No.
We were like, how do you do this? Let's just play it. Push the button. Did that work? No, we need this. We need that. But it was cool. I'm so glad we did it. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was change of pace.
Let's set it up, and we'll do a short announcement of when we're going to do next one. If anyone wants to come up and chat with us on screen here as well, you're more than welcome to do that.
Yeah, we'll see if we can set it up a day or two ahead of time.
And then we're going to start some roast battles. No, I'm just kidding.
That might be one.
Your bags are trash. Your hair is trash.
All right, Carlos, I think it's about time you sign us out.
All right.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much, man. It was a lot of fun. You know who we are, all that in a bar of soap with great convos, man. This is what we had the other day. We were sitting down and this came to light. So, I mean, love it. This is awesome. We'll do this again. We love the feedback. We love every single question you guys had and all the response. And I see them. They're still coming in. Miguel, have a good night, buddy. And thank you so much. Guys, you guys want to say anything?
No, man.
Yeah, until next time.
Until next time.
right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Hopefully, see everybody there tomorrow.
Do this.
Oh, yeah.
Let me dance.
Yes.
Let me point it at. All right, guys.